We can now take a hands-on look at the new Technic Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline with the first ever drift feature built right into the car. And trust me when I say you are going to want to see this in action. Thanks to LEGO for sending this set over for review, and let's just grade this set out of 100 and see if it's worth being added to your collection. At this point, I'm sure we all remember Brian O'Connor's iconic Nissan Skyline from the Fast and Furious franchise. LEGO has already given us this Nissan Skyline in the much smaller Speed Champions form. We also got several other cars from the Fast and Furious franchise, but we now have this large, detailed, Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline. This set is going to come in with 1,410 pieces, one large sticker sheet, and then one manual with some cool details about the car. Now, this Skyline's a relatively straightforward Technic build. You start out by building the large Technic frame, and then you start adding the body panels, which do look very good. The front has some translucent slope pieces for the headlights, which I think look pretty cool. As I said before, we get a full sticker sheet, so we can see that pretty much all the stickers up front on the grille are for logos and for detailing. The front hood does open to reveal a 6-cylinder engine with moving pistons. The makeup of this engine is quite a bit different, though, than a few of the past V6 engine Technic cars that I've put together, and the change was very welcome, I must say. This car features an inline 6-cylinder engine layout, and the designers achieved this really well. We have these discs down below that are all put together slightly offset, so that when the car moves, these discs turn. When the discs turn at different heights, they push the pistons up and down in their respective order, which is some really cool functionality. Now, moving towards the back, we can see the designers did a really good job of capturing the shape and likeness of the Nissan Skyline. We have the side mirrors again with a translucent tile. Unfortunately, the top does not lift off without taking several pieces apart, but we do have a very nice interior. We have the bucket seat and steering wheel set on the right-hand side of the car, just like in the movie, along with 3 full NOS cans taking up the full front passenger area. We also get a full dash with all the different display and gauges, which looks good, but again, is all stickers. The wheels and rims are relatively plain, and I don't like the fact that you have this exposed dark tan Technic piece right in the center. It would have been really nice to have had some sort of 1x1 tile design for this to dress it up a bit. The rims also aren't all that impressive. Maybe I'm just spoiled now because of the amazing rims that we saw with the Ferrari F1 and the UCS McLaren cars, but it is what it is on this one. The only printed piece we get on this model are the wheel wells over the rear tires, which is definitely odd. I'm not sure why they decided to print the pattern for the car on this one panel and then finish the design all around this panel in stickers. Would have been nice just to see all printed panels for the car wrap. The back of the car looks good. We get some circular translucent orange and red pieces making up the tail lights, and then we can see we have more stickers here with the Toyo Tires logo and the same license plate seen on his car in the movie. The spoiler on the back can be rotated and moved pretty freely, which is nice, and then the trunk does open up, but the interior is pretty bad and you can't even really put anything inside, or it's just really going to fall through the major gaps and openings in the trunk. The rear window openings, I can't really say look too good either. Not a whole bunch to see here, and I kind of feel like these roll cage bars are unfinished and should be going into something. With that said, though, you can turn and steer the car with the gear up top here, or by using the steering wheel, which is always a cool feature. But the coolest feature of all is this new drifting feature added to the car, which is the perfect feature to be added to this Nissan Skyline. You're going to push this lever down on the rear of the car, which is going to drop down this drift system on the rear of the underbelly of the car. I personally can't say that I've actually seen these pieces used for this before, but basically it's a solid plastic ball that goes into this open cone-shaped connector. Once this system deploys, you can drift the car around really smoothly, and I have to say, it works beautifully and is super fun to play around with. Once you're done building the set and playing with it, go grab the Speed Champions version of this Nissan Skyline so you can put the super cool Brian O'Connor minifigure right next to the set. So it was a fun car to build, but it wasn't amazing, and I definitely feel like there was some things lacking in the set overall, with just a lot of stickers, a lot of areas that kind of seemed unfinished in my opinion, but overall I thought it was good. So I'm going to put this on build experience at 28 out of 40. So like I said, I wasn't necessarily blown away by the look of this model, but I do think it looks really nice. I think the blue and gray looks really good on the car, and I am very happy with the fact that pretty much all the Technic pins used to attach body panels all match the color of the car in the blue and the gray. Still a few areas, though, where the car does look unfinished, but overall, I like the look of the finished product. The play functions on this car are great. The inline six-cylinder engine build-out looks and moves great, and I can't say enough good things about the drift feature on this car. Hopefully, we'll see more of that sort of innovation in the future from Technic. I would say this set does a solid job of display and play, but again, not amazing. So I'm going to put this one at 14 out of 20. So the Nissan Skyline comes in just under the 10-cent price per piece marker, which is good to see. Comparing that to the other Fast and Furious Technic vehicles, the late retired Dom's Dodge Charger, which I did build back in the day, comes in at over 11 cents price per piece. And then the smaller, more recent Toyota Supra came in at a much more affordable 7.5-cent price per piece. I would say it's a solid value at under 10-cent price per piece, but again, not amazing. I don't know if you've noticed a trend on this video at this point. I don't think it's super overpriced at $140. So if you did pick it up on day one, I don't think you're getting a bad deal, but maybe there will be some discounts that kind of come down the road. So again, on this one, I'm going to put the overall value grade at 14 out of 20. Community vote. This is the place where sets come under real scrutiny and we see how they really hold up out there in the community. So what did you all think of this set? Looking at the poll, the majority of votes did swing in a positive direction, with almost 70% voting that they liked the set as of this recording. But there was a decent amount of votes also for don't like, as we can see. I can definitely understand the community being torn, because this is pretty much exactly how I'm thinking about this set after building it. Most of the feeling I'm getting from this set is that it's a cool set, but nothing really blowing me away here per se. It's just cool. You all voted, and this is going to give the Nissan Skyline a community grade of 14 out of 20. So this is where we ended up on the Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline, giving the final grade of the set a 71 out of 100, which just barely gets this set into the consider buying this set category. I think if you're a big Fast and Furious fan, you will like this set, but outside of that, it's just, again, kind of a cool set. Thanks for watching, and here's a few more 2025 reviews for you to check out.